After a long wait, Internal Bots is back. 18 robots, new and old, will be competing to win Internal Bots Series 3. It's their time to shine, and with our new format, it's finally robot fighting time. Internal Bots, where metal fighting machines made in Garry's mod compete to become the best of the best. Through our new fight card qualifiers and single elimination final, robots new and old will be pushed to their limit. Their weapons more destructive, their robots stronger than ever. Welcome to Internal Bot Series 3 Fight Night. The wait is over. Internal Bots is back for a third series, and we are more excited than ever. The tournament format has been changed, following BattleBots with a new fight card setup. Like any other competition, there will be an entire season of matchups. We will have 18 robots this series, and each of them will get the opportunity to fight 4 times across our next 8 episodes. The top 8 scorers of those robots will move on to the single elimination final, spanning over 2 episodes. And the winner will be the Internal Bot Series 3 Grand Champion. Well, if that's not enough for you, this series will also have 4 new house robots to go alongside the fearsome train wreck. We have Metalhead with 2 deadly 4-bar flippers. Robogeneer with a deadly overhead wrench. Mouser with a front flipping scoop and a rear axe. And last but not least, Big Mike, the Combine Harvester themed robot with a deadly grinding drum. More on these new house robots will come in a bonus segment. Here to break down the fight cards for every episode, we have TheDamBeaver and ToaArcan. So let's send it down to them to show us tonight's fight card.
Hello there, I'm TheDamBeaver and with me is...
ToaArcan, better known as Dan from the Robot Wars History Podcast.
And oh boy, do we have a fight card for you. Starting off, there's our main event, in which we have a rematch of the Season 2 final, as Energy 2.1 faces off against our reigning champion Blue Terror. But then before that, we have...
Returning semi-finalist with a new machine, Watkinsian faces off against a very familiar machine in Almost Rapid.
And yet before that, 2 of our spinners clash as the experienced Double Dutch 3 faces up against the newcomer Techno Turtle.
But first up, we have a fight between 2 newcomers to Internal Bots, Powerful Spinner Nuclear Winter and the Flipper Surprise.
And so our first robot, Nuclear Winter, is a full body spinner, and it's also a rookie to Internal Bots, and they're hoping to show their stuff.
Nuclear Winter's full body spinner gives it a 360 degree weapon, making it not easy to approach. However, if it gets turned over, it won't be able to self-right, which could end a fight very quickly.
And then facing them is Surprise, yet another rookie, this one being a furious looking flipper. Could it take advantage of our new format and be the next big surprise?
Surprise's flipper weapon means that it will be able to self-right. However, it does have weak armor, which is not something it really wants to have going up against a spinner. Both of these could do serious damage to each other in the early stages of this fight, so we'll see how long it lasts.
Before we begin, for those of you that need a little reminder, each fight lasts 3 minutes and the goal is to destroy or disable your opponent. If you don't manage that, it will go to the judges to decide the winner. It's time for our first battle of the series. We will be kicking it off in style with an interesting full-body spinner of Nuclear Winter taking on the flipper of Surprise.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Off we go. Nuclear Winter and Surprise. And what a way to start the series this could be. Nuclear Winter. Look at it. Looks devilish. Even the lights coming out of it to tell it which direction to go in look devilish. And Surprise is already on the back foot here. Diddy Little Robot is its chance of winning just as Diddy. Nuclear Winter out of control a bit, but still looking dangerous and damaging. Surprise's wheel bracket on the right side going, but into the air it goes. Could be danger here, but off comes another wheel bracket. Surprise trying to stick into this fight, but taking damage as it does. Nuclear Winter still spinning at a high speed. Don't know if Surprise can keep it down. It would be a surprise if it went on to win this fight. And it has been absolutely mullered. One big broad slam. The first 2 hits were a warm-up. Now it's an obliteration. Surprise is still moving. I don't know why. There's being plucky and brave, and then there's just being stupid because it is getting taken apart here. Ah! Well, Nuclear Winter, new to the competition, and tearing Surprise here, an absolute new one. The definition of absolutely nothing left. And I mean it. KO blow, as if it needed one. Brilliant performance. Brilliant. So after a brilliant opening battle to the series, Nuclear Winter moves to 1-0, while Surprise is off to a bad start. So now we will send it over to our match analysts, TheDamBeaver and ToaArcan, as they look to break down our next fight between Techno Turtle and Double Dutch Free.
So our next pair of robots starts with Techno Turtle. Unlike other turtle-based robots we can mention, this drum spinner looks like it could pack a real punch. But then hey, don't let me tell you, let the stats speak for themselves.
Techno Turtle is a drum spinner with strong front armour, but it does struggle to self-right, which could prove costly in this arena.
And the face of them is our first robot coming from an experienced team, Double Dutch Free. This robot has been a mainstay throughout all 3 series so far, never making it out of the heats, always just happy to be there, but then with this new format, could this be their time to shine?
Double Dutch 3 packs a powerful overhead bar spinner which has done some devastating damage in previous years. However, as ever, it is hard to control. We'll see if that puts them in the pit this time, or if they've managed to overcome it.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
The buzzer is off and away we go for fight number 2. It's going to be interesting to see if this fight lives up to what we just saw in our first one. Wow, here we have an interesting one. Techno Turtle, the green machine, unsurprisingly, against Double Dutch. Now, Double Dutch, the last time out we saw it in the main competition, last time around it had some stability problems, but early on here it looks more grounded, hugs the floor better maybe. But Techno Turtle has started okay as well. It's a rather cagey opening 40 seconds or so. Techno Turtle's drum hasn't really had a chance yet to get in. It is flicking Double Dutch up decently, but yeah, it's hard to get a bite on Double Dutch's curved chassis. There's not really a point low or at a good enough height to get that drum to hit upwards. Here comes Roguehouse Robot, and we know what Trainwreck is like in this mode. The lights are dim, and oh well, Trainwreck's own lights in his brain are a bit dim, I think, because the big man has ended up on his back, as he always does. Oh boy, this has been a curious fight so far, hasn't it? Techno Turtle shuffling towards Double Dutch, and that's a good hit. Over the flame pit they went. Double Dutch just trying to get itself into space to be effective, knocking the tyre and the pit going down, and now Double Dutch spinning, Techno Turtle closing and trying to get a hit in, hits the wall. But this is a very interesting one here. Oh, but it exposed the top panel. We saw this last time out with a grated carrot against Double Dutch in the last series. The top panel went flying. Techno Turtle suffering the same fate. And look at it. Flying about the arena. It's about the most movement we've seen out of anything, because both machines have been rather slow and pensive. Can Techno Turtle fight back in these remaining 40 seconds? It is giving it a good go. But Double Dutch hasn't been the most convincing performance, but it does look more controlled than we're used to, and that could be key for it to have a good campaign here in this series of internal bots. 15 seconds to go. Techno Turtle trying to get damage points there by attacking Trainwreck. And that's a good end. Really good attack there from Techno Turtle. Seconds left. And you never know. Well, there is Cease. So, Double Dutch has flipped Trainwreck over twice now, but unfortunately it couldn't convert this one into a win, as the judges gave the victory to Techno Turtle, moving him to 1-0. Before we move on to our next match, let's give you a reminder of tonight's main event. It will be a rematch of the Series 2 final, as the deadly flipper of Energy will be taking on the defending champion Blue Terror. So stick around, because that will be coming up later tonight, and that is certainly something you don't want to miss. It's time for our next match of the night between Wobkinsian and Almost Rapid. Our match analysts will go into more detail for you.
If the name sounds familiar, that would be because this is a new creation of the team behind Crunchy Wobkins from Season 2, who made the semi-finals.
Wobkinsian's combination weapon of Lifter and a Dustpan for controlling other robots makes it a challenging opponent to face. However, while it can run inverted, it can't self-right, so that weapon could be taken out of action.
What is there to say about Almost Rapid apart from the fact that, well, it's Almost Rapid?
Much like its namesake, Almost Rapid is armed with a powerful flipper. However, also like its namesake, it does have limited flips, so it'll have to be conservative and not waste them.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, we are all used to the delightful crunchy Wobkins. How about a bit of Wobkinsian? That's the new design from this team. And they are against Almost Rapid here. Both very low machines, not just in terms of ground clearance, but in terms of the robot's overall height as well. Wobkinsian trying to win the Battle of the Wedge with its little dustpan. Oh, good flip there by Almost Rapid though. And Wobkinsian upside down is going to have some struggles. It's another good follow-up flip from Almost Rapid. Now, Wobkinsian getting jammed in and around that pit area. And Almost Rapid trying to follow up the attack. But seems to have got caught itself. And it has done! Caught into Davy Jones' locker. The internal bot's pit. Wobkinsian does it! And with that masterstroke, Wobkinsian wins by KO and moves to 1-0, while Almost Rapid will have to rethink its strategy for future fights. It is time for tonight's main event. Last series, Blue Terror put Energy's dominant run to a random end as it pushed it into the pit in the title fight. With our new fight card format, the selection committee have decided that a rematch should be held between these two robots to settle it once and for all. It's Energy, it's Blue Terror, and it is our main event. So let's send it down to our match analysts to break down the matchup.
A saying that you hear a lot is, second time's the charm. Energy 2.1 is the reigning runner-up for a second series in a row.
As always, Energy 2.1 is armed with that powerful flipper. However, it does still have the weak back arm, which cost it in Series 2 when fighting Turn It Out. Will they be able to keep that weakness away from their opponents this time around?
The reigning champions themselves. Most people thought that a simple wedge wouldn't be able to strike fear into their very hearts, but this monster has proved them wrong. After winning Season 2 with seemingly no issue, this robot is back to defend its title and smash everyone who challenges them into oblivion.
Blue Terror is armed with a lifter, but really its main weapon is that powerful drivetrain, which has seen it to victory against many opponents already. However, it does struggle to self-right, so if it gets overturned, that useful wedge could be taken out of action.
Roboteers, stand by. Three, two, one. Activate.
There isn't a much better first main event than this one. Our grand finalist from last time out, with minor alterations. Energy, an alteration in terms of its name, Energy 2.1, and Blue Terror now has a pushing bar that will thrust forwards to try and topple the opposition. Can Blue Terror replicate what it did in that final? Chucked there. Energy 2.1 looks very much like past versions of Energy, as we know, but it's hoping to make that final step that it hasn't done in the past this time around. Blue Terror riding up the wedge and riding up into heaven. A massive flip there from Energy 2.1, which now has to self-right, does comfortably. And that shows us the potential of this machine when it does get good attacks in. But that's a good recovery attack from Blue Terror, trying to close in for another one. Energy flailing about the place there. And again, Blue Terror in underneath. This is a really good main event developing here. Energy 2.1 trying to back into the arena center again. Robots getting jammed up and around the arena pit slab. Back onto the flipper and flipped above the arena tire. And Blue Terror is in danger here. And yes, it has been flipped in. Revenge is best served with a flip. And Energy 2.1 takes the first main event of the series. Brilliant job. So, Energy has got its revenge, brilliantly flipping Blue Terror into the pit. Energy moves to 1-0 as a result, and the defending champion has a bad start to the season, taking a loss under its belt. That's all from us here at Internal Bots on the NJGW channel. We hope to see you next time, and good night.